Good afternoon, my name is Amanda Fossey, and today I'm going to be discussing sex education in school. A brief overview of what I'm going to be briefing on today is going to be introducing sex education into the schools and the fight over sex education in the school. All of you may be surprised to hear that 3 in 10 female girls get pregnant before they reach even the age of 20. These statistics are not only mind-blowing, but they're scary for the parents who are raising these teenagers today. My first main point that I'm going to be hitting on is introducing sex education into the school itself. It was in about the 1960s, during the surge of sexual revolution, that sex education was becoming more politicized, and it was being introduced to the schools itself. Students between the grades of 7 and 12 received some sort of sexual education in school. Some schools are even starting between the grades of 5 and 6. I myself can remember starting sexual education during the grades of probably 6th and 7th grade. 2 different programs that are being introduced into the schools, one of them being called Comprehension Sexuality Education, and the other one being Abstinence Only Until Marriage program. The Comprehensive Sexuality Education program is a program that starts in kindergarten and ends in high school. It basically covers a broad spectrum of topics of the sexual education program. The difference between the two is the Abstinence Only Until Marriage program is a program that emphasizes only abstinence from sexual behavior. It does not include information discussing contraception, masturbation, or STDs, so that's the difference between the two. No matter what the program, the recommendations are that you make sure that as a parent you're making your teenager fully aware of what's being taught to your teen while they're in school learning sexual education. Either whatever program they are being taught, they need to basically know the difference and know what both of them mean. Knowing how sexual education is being introduced to our young teens hopefully helped all of you better understand how beneficial it really is to our teens. After hearing a few arguments on why some people disagree with the fact that sex education is being taught in school, may help all of you form your own opinion on the subject itself. The second main point I'm going to hit on is going to be the fight over sex education in the schools. More recently, it has become a bigger problem because parents don't feel as though they need to actually be learning this, and maybe it's not beneficial to the teen themselves. While the topics remain in debate over the past years, 15% of Americans believe that schools should only teach abstinence from sexual intercourse. The question is this enough for our teens? I myself think that the education that they're receiving in the school is very beneficial. I think that it's actually helped in the lower age pregnancy rates. So 3 out of 10 girls become pregnant before the age of 20. Schools should be taking every avenue to make sure that the teenagers are getting proper education as necessary. That's exactly what I think. Approximately 46% of Americans believe that both abstinence and contraception should be taught in the school. With that being said, it seems as though more parents are on board with the program, so that's a good thing. A study released in February of 2010 concluded that abstinence-only education would be more effective in curbing teenage sexual activity over the long term itself. As a conclusion, a summary of what we went over today is introducing sex education into the schools and the fight over sex education in the school itself. Again, I hope that this information has not only enlightened everyone to the dilemma at hand, but brought more attention to the subject of sexual education in our schools in America. I thank everybody for their attentiveness, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you very much.